Cypress Development Corp's flagship lithium project is located just east of Albemarle's Silver Peak mine in the heart of Clayton Valley, Nevada. A 12-hole exploration drill program for lithium-enriched claystone on Cypress's 100% controlled properties is now underway. Cypress Development Corp trades on the TSX Venture Exchange, symbol CYP, the Pink CYDVF, and on Frankfurt C1Z1. For more information, please visit our website, cypressdevelopmentcorp.com.
Welcome to the Goddard Report. Comments made on the Goddard Report and TalkDigitalNetwork.com are an expression of opinion only. Here is Jim Goddard.
My guest is Maxime Bernier, leader of the People's Party of Canada. You can find him online at peoplespartyofcanada.ca and at Maxime Bernier on Twitter. Maxime, welcome back to the Goddard Report.
Thank you very much for this invitation.
Maxime, Monday, May 6th is the next federal by-election in Nanaimo on Vancouver Island. What are the key issues in this by-election, and how is it shaping up for the People's Party of Canada?
First of all, I must say that we had a very good score at the last by-election in BC in Burnaby South with our candidate Laura Lynn Thompson. For a new party, we had more than 10% of the votes after only 5 months. So that was our best score in a by-election. So I'm looking, I hope that we'll have a good score. I hope that Jennifer Clark, our candidate, will win. It's a very tight race over there between the Green, us, the NDP, the Liberals. So we'll see what will happen. I did have a chance to campaign with Jennifer. We did a rally over there, and we had a lot of people. I think more than 150 people came to our rally. So my expectation, I don't know what can happen because we don't do any polling at the People's Party of Canada. We are doing politics based on our conviction, and for us, we are speaking about what it is important for a freer and a more prosperous country. So answering your question about what is the key issues over there, I think the life must be more affordable, and all the housing crisis in BC, it is important also over there. So what we have to offer to them, and Jennifer, she's speaking about it also. So we will lower taxes, and we'll have only 2 tax rates for Canadians, one at 15% for people earning more than $15,000, and another one for earnings more than 100K at 25%. So, and for the poor, we'll be able to increase the personal exemption from $12,000 to $15,000. So that means that if you earn less than $15,000, you won't pay an income tax at the federal level. So that's important because we want to give back their money in their pocket of Canadians. So, and that will help them to pay for the cost of living, and also our reform with the abolition of the cartel in the milk, dairy, and poultry. It's important when people are doing their groceries. So we need to abolish our cartel, and like that, a family in Canada will save $500 a year. So that will give them more money in their pocket. That cartel, it is unfair for Canadians. Canadians are paying twice the price for these products, and the best example, it's a dozen of eggs. You go in the U.S., it's 99 cents, so about $1.30 Canadian. And the real cost here in Canada for Canadian consumers, it's about 340 cents. So it's more than the double. So that's important policies that we need to do to be sure to give back money in pockets of Canadians, and that will help them. So we're the only party who have a strong proposal on that, and we can do that without having a deficit. At the same time, we'll be able to balance the budget. We have a commitment to balance the budget in 2 years. We'll be fiscally responsible, and we'll be able to do it because we'll abolish corporate welfare, and we think it is not fair to tax a small business entrepreneur in Vancouver and forcing him to pay taxes and giving that to SNC-Lavalin or Bombardier or GM. So the fair policy, it is to abolish corporate welfare and will save $5 billion a year. And with that saving, we will be able to implement our tax reform. So it's a very coherent platform, and we are the only party who has a coherent platform like that. The conservative, they don't want to tackle corporate welfare, and for them, they want to pick winner and loser and giving money to corporations that they like, and so that's not our philosophy. So that kind of reform that are important, and that will have an impact to people in Naomi Lady Smith riding.
Were you happy with the 3 previous by-elections earlier this year?
Yes and no. Like I said in the beginning, yes, the one that we had in Burnaby South, we had a great score. And actually, after that by-election, in the House, my seatmate, it is Elizabeth May, and she's a nice lady. We don't share the same vision for the country, but she was kind enough to tell me after the by-election that, Maxime, she said, you must be proud of your result in Burnaby South with 10.6% of the votes. And I thank him and her, sorry. And I said, why? She said, because, us at the Green Party, it took us 15 years to have one candidate with more than 10% of the vote. And you did that after 5 months. And so, yes, I was happy with that result. The other result that we had near Toronto, in York Simcoe, it was a strong conservative riding. We had only 2% of the vote, and the poll before that, the public poll before that, survey before the election, we were around 5%. So up together, I think, because of the participation rate and maybe a lack of organization on the ground, we had only 2%. But we are learning from that. Altogether, in these by-elections that we had in February, we had another one in Outremont, Montreal, the one in York Simcoe, and the other one in Burnaby South. Altogether, we had 5.6% of the vote. So I'm very happy with that, because after only 5 months, and our challenge is the name recognition of our party, but 5.6% of the votes in these 3 by-elections, I think it was a good score.
We'll have more with Maxime Bernier right after this.
Arctic Star Exploration, operated by a team of proven mine finders, is focused on diamonds in Finland and the Northwest Territories of Canada. Work programs are underway in Finland and Canada. Arctic Star trades on the TSX Venture Exchange symbol ADD, on Frankfurt symbol 82A1, and the OTCQB symbol ASDZF. Please visit our website arcticstar.ca or call us at 604-689-1799.
Grand Portage Resources recently completed the 2018 drill program on its 100% controlled Herbert Gold Discovery property located in the prolific Juneau Belt in southeast Alaska. Drill results are expected through late 2018. Past drill results included numerous multi-ounce gold assays on multiple veins. Grand Portage trading symbols are GPG on the TSX Venture, GPTRF on the OTCQB, and GPB on Frankfurt. For more information, please visit our website, grandportage.com.
Welcome back. We're speaking with Maxime Bernier. Maxime, provincial elections in Canada are being won by conservative governments. Is this a good indicator for you and the People's Party?
Yes, it's a good indicator. The more conservative government that believe in real economic freedom, in real free market, in less government and more freedom, it's always good for Canadians. But what I'm looking for the general election is a survey, a poll that I think it is Angus and Reid who did it. They said that 52% of our population in Canada are ready to vote for a new party at the federal level. So for us, it's very good. We are a new party. And what I'm learning from these elections at the provincial level, Canadians want to change. They want to change, and they did it at the provincial level. So I hope they will do it at the federal level, but a real change. Because for me, and Andrew Scheer said it, the Conservative Party of Canada right now and the Liberals are about the same. And Andrew Scheer is like a liberal light. You know, he said publicly that the Conservative Party of Canada is now a centrist, pragmatic, and a party with lots of ideas for a lot of people. So the translation is, you know, I don't have any principle. I don't have any vision for this country. I will do polling and survey to know what you want to hear. I will tell you what you want to hear without any conviction, and maybe I will do it if I'm in government. So for me, I think people want a real change, and we are the party for that. We're speaking on principle. We are the only principle alternative in Canada, and if they want a real change, I think they will have to look at us, and they're doing that right now. It's going very well, and people in this country will be able to vote for a People's Party candidate at the next general election, because we will have 338 candidates in our 338 ridings in this country.
Is the People's Party of Canada undergoing growing pains?
Maybe I can say that crisis growth, because we're a new party and we have only 6 people at the head office, but it's like a small business, and you know, it's okay. Now we have a little bit more people than we had in the beginning, but you know, our strength is our volunteers all across the country, and we have a lot of volunteers all across the country that are helping us to build this party. And it's going well. Step by step, we are there and we'll be there. I just want to give you an example. We will have, before the end of May, about 250 candidates ready for the next election. So 250 candidates before the end of May, before the end of this month, and on 338 ridings. So I think that it's a big step, and we'll have all the other candidates before the end of July. So I'm very impressed with the quality of our candidates, the quality of Canadians that want to be with us and promote the values of the People's Party of Canada based on principle, individual freedom, personal responsibility, respect and fairness. And we have great people. We have engineers, we have lawyers, we have social service people that different kind of background, and that's great. So Canadians will be able to see that in a couple of weeks from now. So we are a real political party. It was tough in the beginning to build that, but because we had, after a month, more than 30,000 founding members, we were able, with our membership, to build riding association all across the country, and now we are working with our riding association to nominate our candidates, and that's what we're doing right now, and it's going very well.
We'll have more with Maxime Bernier right after the break.
Hi, I'm Douglas Mason, President and CEO of Magnum Gold Corp, MGI and the TSX Venture Exchange. A 2015 drill program on the LH property intersected several high-grade gold intersections, including 11 meters of 20.66 grams per ton gold. Additional drill targets on the LH property have been identified by a 2018 drone airborne magnetic survey to further evaluate a pyrrhotite-enriched gold-bearing system. Please visit our website at magnumgoldcorp.com.
Don't miss out. Stay informed. Receive the HowStreet.com weekly recap with thought-provoking podcasts, radio, and articles delivered to your inbox. Sign up for the HowStreet.com weekly recap on our homepage at HowStreet.com.
Welcome back. We're speaking with Maxime Bernier. Maxime, to keep Canadians happy, should governments be fiscally conservative and socially liberal?
I think yes. You know, when you believe in yourself, when you know that to have more prosperity in a country is to have a limited government in Ottawa, a government that will respect the Constitution, respect the taxpayers, and you have to be fiscally responsible. That's why we're the only party that we are saying, and will do that, balance the budget in 2 years. And we are saying to Canadians also how we can do that, how we will be fiscally responsible. It is not a slogan or a buzzword to say that we will balance the budget in 2 years. It's the reality for the People's Party, and we'll do that by cutting funding to the CBC. We'll do that by the privatization of Canada Post. We'll do that by abolishing the CRTC in telecom. We'll do that by doing bold reforms that need to be done. Another one is cutting foreign aid. We know that Canadians are very generous, and yes, our country must be there when there is a humanitarian crisis in another country. We must be there when there's an environmental disaster, but we don't have to be there to give $2.3 billion to African countries to fight climate change. It is not our role. We must not be there to build roads in Africa, and we must not be there to help China to start a development bank. The federal government, the Trudeau government, gave $250 million to China, and they used that money to build pipelines in China when we're not able to have pipelines in Canada. So we must cut foreign aid, and we'll do that, and we'll save $4 billion. We're the only party who say that. So yes, doing this kind of reform will be able to be fiscally responsible and achieve our goals.
Could blockchain be used to keep voters involved in the ongoing process of government?
I think, people at the next election, they must vote for themselves. They must vote for their values. They must vote for what they believe in. I want them to vote for something, not against something. And that's our challenge as a political party. It's a new way of thinking. We can achieve a lot, and we are the only party who believe in people. We believe that you have the right, you have the dignity to do what you want to do in life without having a big, fat government in Ottawa that will tell you every day of your life what to do. So if you speak like that, speak the truth about what you believe based on conviction, I think you'll be able to have more people coming and participate in our democracy. Actually, 30% of the population didn't vote at the last federal election. The participation rate was 70%. But we are building that party, and I can tell you that we have a lot of these people that were fed up with the way that the traditional politicians are doing politics, and they're coming with us because they know that we are sincere, we're speaking about ideas and principle, and we won't do any compromise with our principle. So the most important is our conviction, and these people are coming with us, so that's great. And I hope that the participation rate at the next election will be more than 70%. That will help us to make a difference at the next general election.
The U.S. economy is booming while Canada's economy is in or near a recession. Do Andrew Scheer or Justin Trudeau have platforms that will boost the Canadian economy?
No, they don't have. First of all, we are waiting for Andrew Scheer's platform since a long time. He's too busy to do polling and focus group, and he will tell you what you want to hear without any conviction, and maybe he won't do that if he is in government. They're not ready if we have a recession. Actually, Justin Trudeau told us 4 years ago that the budget balance itself, and we all know that it's not the reality. We don't have a balanced budget right now. Trudeau added $70 billion on our debt, and that's a big disaster. And right now we don't have the fiscal room if there is a recession in our country. So that's why you need to do this reform to be ready if something happens. Our first budget must be a budget that will unleash the private sector, because we know that only the private sector who creates wealth and jobs in our country. So less government, unleash the private sector, less regulation, bold reform, and like that you would be able to tackle a recession if we have a recession in the next couple of months or year from now.
It looks like a housing collapse is underway in Canada. Will this result in job losses, and how important is it to create new jobs?
Yeah, it is. My answer is about the same, yes, because the interest rate, they will go up. We don't know when, but They're very low right now. The Bank of Canada said a couple of months ago that they want to raise the interest rate. Now they're not so sure. But a day interest rate will go up. That will be another cost for the taxpayers. So that's why we need to reduce their taxes. That's why we need to abolish capital gains in Canada. We will do that. We'll give them more of their own money in their own pockets, and that's important. So like that, if that happens, they will have more money and they will be able to deal with it. But at the federal level, if the interest rate is going up, that will be, if we don't do the reform that need to be done, that will be very difficult, because right now we are spending $23 billion a year only to pay the interest on our debt. $23 billion a year. Imagine what we can do with $23 billion. And when the interest rate will go up, the cost will be higher than that. It can be $25, $26, $30 billion a year. That's why we must tackle the deficit as soon as possible with a serious plan. That will be good for our credit card in Ottawa. As you know, the credit card of the federal government credit card, it's full. We must tackle that. And at the same time, also, Canadians have right now huge debt, and we must give them the possibility to tackle that by giving them more money in their pocket and lowering taxes.
Is the People's Party the only party that advocates free markets in Canada?
Absolutely. When I'm saying free market, a Canadian must be able to buy what they want to buy. If they want to buy something from US or something from Europe without any tariff from the federal government or without any quota from the federal government. Yes, absolutely. We believe in free markets. We believe in free trade. We believe and we know that when you have a freer market, you have more prosperity. We're the only one. The other party, they don't want to tackle that. They don't want to end the cartel of supply management. It is a socialist system. So we must tackle that, and I think you're right. We're the only party that is serious about freedom and free market.
Do you have a strategy that could win a majority government for the People's Party in October?
The strategy is, for me as a leader, being myself, not try to please everybody. Because we know, and I know, when you try to please everybody, you end up pleasing nobody. And I think Canadians are fed up with traditional politicians that are saying something a day and the opposite the other day. So what I'm saying, I said that the last 10 years in politics. You can go and look at the speeches that they delivered in 2010, 2008. And that's why we have a strong platform, a coherent platform. So the strategy is to speak about our values, to have a positive campaign. Right now, you look Andrew Scheer, it's always negative without any solution. We have the solution for a freer country and a more prosperous country. So we just have to speak about it and use all the opportunities that we have. Like today, I'm very pleased that I can do this interview with you. So I'm doing interview and using the social media, the traditional media. So that's important. But the most important for us during the campaign will be my participation at the national debates with the other leaders. And I'll be there because the only condition is to have candidates in every riding, and that will be done. So I'll be there, Canadians will see me, and they will be able to see that I'm answering the question, and I'm saying what need to be said based on our principle as a Western civilization society. So people will see that, and that will be, I'm looking forward for these debates. And I think that would be an important turning point for the People's Party of Canada during the election.
Maxime, thank you so much for being on the Goddard Report.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Have a nice day.
Is there a website people can go to find out more about the People's Party?
Absolutely. They can go and look at our platform at peoplespartyofcanada.ca. Actually, we are in the process to rewrite our platform because 85% of our platform is the platform that I put forward when I was a candidate for the Conservative Party of Canada, for the leadership of the Conservative Party of Canada 2 years ago. So it's the same idea. we are in the process to rewrite that. And I can tell you that this weekend, you'll have our policy on healthcare, you'll have our policy on guns, and we just issue our policy on equalization. So that's the same idea, but we just rewrite it with a little bit more argument, and we're in the process to do that, and we'll have the full platform rewrite in about 2 or 3 weeks from now. So they can go on the website, peoplespartyofcanada.ca, and they'll find all that.
Thanks again, Maxime.
Merci. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
My guest has been Maxime Bernier, leader of the People's Party of Canada. You're listening to the Goddard Report on TalkDigitalNetwork.com. Find us on Twitter at TalkDigitalNet, our YouTube channel, Talk Digital Network. Questions for the show can be sent to info@HowStreet.com. I'm Jim Goddard. Thanks for listening.
Comments made on the Goddard Report and TalkDigitalNetwork.com are an expression of opinion only. The Goddard Report is available online and mobile at TalkDigitalNetwork.com. The Goddard Report is a production of How Street Media Incorporated.